Well, summer has finally arrived here in the UK, and what better way to spend the hottest day of the year than in the place that has been named the most relaxing city break destination in all of Britain. We are in the cathedral city of Chichester, and this is a new one for both of us because neither of us have ever been here before. And this seems like a fitting way to start the day here. We have just been sitting outside the canal centre with an iced coffee and a piece of cake each. I went for their coffee and walnut cake and it was absolutely delicious.
And I had the carrot and walnut cake, and the best thing is she gave me a bigger piece.
She did, yeah.
She gave me the bigger piece. When she gave it to me, I was like, mine's bigger than his.
I get less guilt though, so that means I get to eat more later.
Yeah, but we're going to walk it off, especially in this heat.
But it's really peaceful down here. There's some artwork. There's like these really detailed, I was going to call them dandelions, they're not dandelions, really detailed dragonfly sculptures along the walkway here, which is a little bit of a walk down as well because there's an old swing bridge from the 1820s along the canal a little bit further. There's people out here paddle boarding, and there's some guys preparing a boat called the Kingfisher. We're about to go and do a boat trip on it.
We are.
What a way to start the day.
I know, I'm really excited, really looking forward to this.
And we literally booked it online last night because we was going to do the midday one, and when I looked last night, that's full up already.
Fully booked, but this one said there was still at least 18 seats left. So.
Which it looks like there's only 18 more seats other than ours on there, so we may be the only ones on it, but we may not.
Personal tour?
And I'm not particularly disappointed because it's going to be well over 30 Celsius today, and I think that boat's going to get hotter later.
I think it's going to be a sweat box.
So I think this has worked out well for us.
Good.
Anyway, boat trip.
Let's do it.
Actually, before we do get on the boat, I've got to mention the family of swans that we've just seen. They have got 6 cygnets. I don't think I've ever seen a pair of swans with that many cygnets before. And we also just saw a load of ducks swimming down by the swing bridge, all in like a perfect little row, until one had a little bit of a scrap with the other one.
Yeah, that had to ruin the line.
And also, the first thing you saw when we got here, some massive fish in there and all.
I know, they're huge.
I don't know what they are. What are they? Could we have them for lunch?
Ew.
Well, this is definitely the most chilled start we've ever had to a day in a city. That boat trip was just perfect. I could have quite easily had a little bit of a nap on there because we started making our way down the canal and there's no commentary or anything on that boat, so you're kind of just left with the constant droll humming of the boat as you work your way out, and you're completely surrounded by nature, just plants, loads of wildlife. We saw a heron.
We did.
Just chilling out on the riverbank, and we even had a hitchhiking butterfly at one point that come and landed on the window and then landed on one of the ladies' heads as well, which was quite funny. They did leave an information pack on the table though if you wanted to read about the history of the canal while you're on the boat, and a map so that you could kind of follow where you were going as well. And then for me, the pièce de résistance was on the way back. You got a fantastic shot of Chichester Cathedral spire just down the canal, and in fact it's such a cracking shot that the famous artist Turner actually sat on the banks of that canal and painted that very scene. Did you know that?
I didn't, but I do now.
Did you enjoy the boat trip though?
I did, and the best thing about it was there was only 6 of us.
There was, yeah.
So what did it seat?
24. I'm really glad we went on that first one because the guy driving the boats, do you drive a boat? Yeah. The guy
I'm sure someone will tell us.
The guy driving the boat, we'll stick with that, said that the second one at 12 o'clock, which is the only other one today, is fully booked, 24 people. It was already getting warm on that boat by the time we got off.
I said to Jason, I was like, it's already hot now. I dread to think it was going to be like
I feel like that was fate that we got on that first one. So yeah, what a great way to start the day that was. But now we're going to go and do a little bit more exploring before it gets too hot. So we've made our way into Bishop's Palace Garden, which is this big garden and open space next to Chichester Cathedral, and my god, it is absolutely beautiful in here. I don't think I've ever seen so many vibrant plants all next to each other. It's just like awash with colour in here at the minute, and perfect day for it as well with the sun shining.
So pretty.
It is really pretty. Did you see that bee on top of that Scottish thistle a minute ago? That was really cool. One thing we did forget to mention about that boat trip is that we saw a dream property on that canal bank. Oh my god, it was beautiful. That is house goals right there. But speaking of Chichester Cathedral, which is right there, it is one of those cathedrals where it doesn't matter wherever you are in the city, you can see that spire towering above everything. It reminds me a little bit of when we went to Salisbury.
I thought you were going to say Edinburgh.
Salisbury, no. No. Could we see Edinburgh Cathedral from everywhere?
No, I was thinking about the other tall thing that we kept seeing everywhere we was going.
Oh, the Scott Monument. No, I was thinking of Salisbury Cathedral, because you can literally see that wherever you go in Salisbury. This is the same. It just like peaks over the top of everything.
And you won't get lost.
You won't get lost, because you just find your way back to the cathedral.
Exactly.
And speaking of finding your way to the cathedral, go and pay it a visit.
Let's do it. Oh wow, look at this.
I feel like we say this to pretty much every cathedral we end up going to, but I feel like I'm in Hogwarts.
Well, it does give that Hogwarts vibe, doesn't it? It really does.
Well, we have definitely found a new appreciation for cathedrals recently. Not only is there some fantastic architecture, really impressive ceilings and stained glass in most of them, we've also learned that they're all slightly different and they've all got little quirks about them, and you never quite know what you're going to see inside. Like Chichester Cathedral has a 2nd century Roman mosaic floor under a glass cabinet that you can just walk across the top of, and it's the only cathedral in England with a surviving medieval bell tower adjacent to it. You noticed something else?
That's some sort of secret library.
Yeah, it was just like tucked away in the wall. We could see all the books there. That was kind of cool.
Interesting.
Anyway, I don't know about you.
I'm starving.
I'm hungry. You knew exactly what I was going to say.
My belly was
didn't you?
growling all the way through there, and I'm like, I'm hungry. And Jason's like, we'll eat after this. I'm like, but I'm hungry.
Oh, and I forgot to mention as well, you weren't particularly happy because nobody was playing the organ.
I know, just sometimes it gives it more of a...
More atmosphere.
That's
we
the
did
one.
see the organ, very impressive organ as well, but anyway, lunch. Okay, so that wasn't in our original plan for our day here in Chichester, but when we arrived, we saw that Smith & Weston restaurant near the train station in what looks like an old train station building, and we love a Smith & Weston. It's like a regional chain. You only find them in like the southeast corner of England, Sussex, Surrey way, and they are so heavily themed. That one was all themed to like being in a mine. It was really cool because I had like the mine cars and everything running all the way over there. I had like a little prison that you could get put in and everything. It was really cool. And they do a lunch deal. We had a main course and a drink each, £15 each.
Can't complain to that.
Refillable sodas as well, so we've had plenty to drink, we've hydrated ourselves.
And at the end you get a lollipop.
You do get a lollipop.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
And even better, they play country music while you're sitting in there, and I love me some country
There's
music.
us on Shazam. Oh, I like this one.
I'm sitting there singing along to Dolly Parton and Jimmy Buffett. Great, anyway, yeah, but nice and chill in there because it was air-conned.
Oh, that's lovely.
That was really good. Do need to walk it off a little bit now, and luckily for us, Chichester is a walled city, mind the tree.
Trees everywhere, eh?
And I was reading that 80% of these walls are still intact. You can do a 1.5 mile route that follows them all of the way around the city. And apparently, it's the most intact set of city walls in southern England. How
did he get up here? Get it? Ow.
terrible.
Did you get up
me
here?
far too long. We did actually see another one of these down by the canal this morning. There's obviously one of these walking trails going on. Stanley the hamster is gaming inside
I didn't
this
even
one.
notice him.
And if you look around the back as well, Dave the mouse.
Dave! Oh, that's so cool.
Well, we've only made it a little way down the Walls Walk until we get to Priory Park, so called because a Franciscan friary used to stand here. All that's left of that now is the medieval Guildhall that's right slap bang in the middle of the park, but this is about as quintessentially English as you could possibly get. There are some people playing lawn bowls over in one corner. There's a beautiful little cafe here though. If we'd not just eaten lunch, then we'd be in there having a coffee, you know that.
Or a milkshake.
Or a milkshake, yeah.
I want a milkshake now.
He's already said, I want a milkshake or an ice cream.
Either one, I'll be happy.
And just outside the cafe as well, there's a little aviary with some budgies in it, which is really weird, but they're all sleeping at the moment. And then Josh just commented about this piece of grass here being so pristine, and I pointed out it's because it's literally, we're stood on a cricket pitch. There's a cricket pavilion over on the side there, and just over in the corner, we're going to be able to continue our walk around the walls. But yeah, this is about as English as a park gets, I think. Nice place to just chill out and relax.
It's really nice.
And that's what a lot of people are doing. There's quite a few people just like mulling around and sitting down and having an ice cream that we haven't got.
We'll get an ice cream or a milkshake by the end of this video.
Or both.
Or both. I'm fine with that. You said it.
So we just dived off the city walls, not literally, obviously, but we left the walk behind and we've just walked through Chichester city centre. It's a very clean and pristine looking city, and it's got the bougiest new look I think I've ever seen in my life. It's got like Roman columns and everything outside of it. We saw the iconic stick figure street art, which is down just this little side street. I say it's iconic, it's pinpointed on Google Maps, so I assume it must be famous locally. And probably the most recognisable landmark from the city, which is the old Market Cross. Now, we've seen quite a few market crosses on our travels around the UK, but I don't think we've ever seen one quite as elaborate as this.
No, we haven't.
And I saw a sign as well, it dates from the 1500s, and apparently it was gifted to the city back in the 1500s. Anyway, don't know about you, but walking those walls has made me a bit hot again.
Yeah.
And we haven't got an ice cream yet, but they have got one of your favourite things here.
A museum.
It's better than a museum. It's a free museum.
Even better. Let's go.
So we've arrived at the Novium Museum, and look, they've got an R2-D2 owl. How cool is that one? That's got to be my favourite, but these aren't the droids you're looking for. Well, that museum actually contains something I was not expecting to see. I mean, a room full of Roman artifacts I was definitely expecting to see in an old Roman city. I was even expecting to see a dead body, because most museums have them, and they're always haunted. What I wasn't expecting to see was the foundations of the old Roman bathhouse here in Chichester. Didn't even know it had a Roman baths here before.
I mean, it's the biggest thing of the museum, I think. As soon as you walk in, you're like, oh.
It's very striking. You definitely can't miss it. But as we came out as well, the library's right opposite, and we saw another one of those owls, and it's a librarian owl. And now I've got Liberian Girl by Michael Jackson stuck in my head, but replacing Liberian Girl with Librarian Owl.
Again, you're welcome, guys.
You know, Librarian Owl, you came and you changed me now. That'll do.
You're welcome.
Let's go find a drink. Well, we didn't go for an ice cream or a milkshake in the end, because we stumbled across a Taiwanese bubble tea place called Meowko Milk Tea. How cute are these cups? I mean, look, isn't that just adorable? And look at the lid. It's got, oh, my cat's upside down, I think. Is my cat upside down? It is. There we go. Now it's the right way round. And it's all cat themed in there, obviously, as you'd expect, called Meowko, but Josh noticed.
So I've just twigged on where the mouse is, the cat is. I'm like, where? It's there.
What did you notice?
They've got little mice doors and little mice coming out of them.
Yeah, and one's holding a sign that says something about no cats, please. Like, but we've both gone for a brown sugar milk tea. This is one of our favourite things. We've come back into the Bishop's Palace garden to drink it because we're just sat in the shade, nice breeze, chilling out with a bubble tea. I'm not sure it gets any better than this.
Nope, this is where it all goes wrong.
I was going to say, no pressure, don't get it down your new top.
It's right.
Oh, right through the cat. That's kind of savage.
Nailed it. I've got to have balls in it. Cheers to Chichester.
Cheers, indeed. Most relaxing city break in Britain. I could get on board with this, I think.
I can get on board
We're
with this
not
as well.
normally ones for relaxing, but I'm quite enjoying this today because it's a really walkable city. Like, it's very compact and it's very chill. What are you doing?
Oh, you might have to do that bit again. So, because I did it to my nose, I'm trying to do that. The camera went down like that.
Yeah, most relaxing place in Britain. I'm going to sit down now and enjoy my bubble tea. No, we just wanted to show you this quickly because we saw this when we arrived. It's called Pizza Rebellion and it's like a shipping container, but it's literally a vending machine for hot, fresh pizza made to order 24/7. I don't think we've ever seen one of these in the UK before.
We've seen people do it.
In other countries?
Yeah.
But we've never seen one here. I'm quite intrigued to find out how much they are. So they're about 10 quid and we were going to get one.
But that boba drink.
Oh. Yeah, that's tips over the edge. That lunch and that boba together, we can't find any room for a pizza.
No.
Well, we just about ticked everything off of our to-do list in Chichester today, with the exception of Chichester Harbour, which is where we were going to end our day because we thought it would be nice and the perfect way to end a summer's day down by the harbour. However, the traffic on the way out of Chichester is absolute gridlock at the minute. There's just lines of traffic everywhere. It would have taken us an hour to drive 6 miles. So our other option was to come to the beach, which is another reason Chichester has been named the most relaxing city break destination in the UK because of its close proximity to the beaches. West Wittering was first choice. Again, traffic would have taken us an hour. So we've ended up here in Pagham, which we've never heard of until today, but we managed to forge a path through the traffic. Only took us 15 minutes to get here, and we're not mad about it because this beach goes on forever. The sea is like an absolute mill pond. There's people paddleboarding. There's even a dog on one of the paddle boards. A little bit jealous of all the people having barbecues though. Can think of worse ways to end a summer evening.
I agree.
Nice breeze, nice cooling. Also, that house behind you, I really like that house. That's the second property today I've seen that I think, yep, I could easily live there.
If anyone wants to buy it,
buy it and donate it to the cause. All very good. But I mean, just look at this. All these people just chilling out, enjoying the fact that summer has at last arrived. And that's exactly what we've done. We didn't want to go home just yet.
No.
We didn't want to be driving in this weather and miss it all. And if the beach is more your way to relax, then click this video here and join us at the UK's #1 rated seaside resort that way in Weymouth. Well, the video's that way.